Hey everyone, I am Miss Chance and I'm going to be your AMP1 lecture instructor. Sorry, I just came from trying to do lab stuff, and so I had to get my mind straight for a second. So I'm going to be your lecture instructor. And I wanted you to be able to see my face because I know for most of the semester I will have a mask on, and so I just wanted you to be able to see me. I do normally wear glasses, but I absolutely can't stand seeing the reflection in my glasses while I'm trying to do this, so I took those off. So don't let that throw you off if you see me. A couple of things. I'm going to go over the first day handout on this Zoom session today. I want to go over some important things that you need to know. Lecture and lab will run differently for me because both of my labs turn into hybrid courses. So if you have me for lab, please make sure that you also go watch your lab Zoom because it is going to explain how the hybrid course works. Now, this class is going to be a traditional face-to-face, you will always come to class kind of class, okay? Your class meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to 10:50, and so you need to be in person for class every single week, okay, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The TR on your schedule means Tuesday and Thursday, okay? This class is going to meet in McCain Theater, which is in Ivy Hall. Ivy Hall is the main building. It's the one right behind the big flag poles out front. If you're looking at the flag poles, the doors behind that, you'll see two doors to the right and the left. If you go in the left side, McCain Theater is right there on your left. The academic dean's office is on the right. McCain Theater is on your left. I know this morning when I went in for my class, just to make sure I didn't have anyone show up today, they only had one set of doors open, and it was the doors directly across from the academic affairs. So if you get there, just try to use those doors because that's probably going to be the only ones that are unlocked. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm limited on time as to how much I can do this recording for. I think I only have 40 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep it under that so that I won't run out of time. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to go through the first day handout like that. I'm actually going to be switching between the first day handout, and then I will go to my browser to show you some things about Canvas real quick. I also plan to do a separate Zoom to show you how to set up mastering and to just show you a couple things about Canvas if I don't have time to do it in this session. I know I'll have to do a separate one for mastering, but I may have time to kind of go through the Canvas stuff with you on this one. Okay, so share my screen. I want to show you your first day handout, okay? So this is what you should see. You should see your first day handout over here. Again, this is AMP1, and y'all are section C. You meet Tuesday, Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:50 in McCain Theater, which is in Ivy Hall. My office is actually in Rush Hall, which is the building in front of Big Lots. And you can probably find me down there between a couple of my classes, but other than that, I will not be on campus. We were asked not to keep office hours this semester due to the virus, so they're trying to limit the amount of people on campus. So I will not be in my office for the most part. If you need me, please use Canvas Inbox. Okay, so let me go to Canvas real quick, and the screen switches my stuff around every time. All right, so I think that it's sharing the right screen with you guys right now. So in order to find Canvas Inbox, you will log into your Canvas site, and if you go look on the left side, Canvas Inbox is over here, okay? So you can use that to send me messages, and then you can also use this Google Voice number right here. This Google Voice number, actually, you can send me a text message. It comes straight to my phone, and I will answer it as soon as I can. Now, obviously, if I'm teaching class, I can't answer you. If I'm driving, something like that, I can't answer you. but that does come straight to my phone. Canvas inbox, I do get that on my phone. Like I have the app on my phone, but I have my notifications turned off, so I will not get that one as quickly as I would the text message. This is typically a rule of thumb that I say to use. If it can wait till tomorrow or till later today or whenever to get an answer, then use Canvas inbox. If it's something that's an emergency, you're trying to take a test, you're having trouble, it's not letting you on, something like that, then you can use the Google Voice number and text me, okay? Notice that I do ask that you only use that number between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I have a 10-month-old at home, so in the mornings, I'm trying to get me and her ready for the day, and then at 8 p.m. I'm trying to get her ready and hopefully in bed by then. So if you will, please make sure that you only use that number between those hours, okay? Your textbook is actually an ebook, but you will be using the Human A&P with Mastering, and it's by Elaine Merritt, and it's the 11th edition. It does look like this. Because it's an ebook, it may actually have a little bit different cover, so just make sure when you log in that it says this information right here, okay? As long as it says that, even if the picture's not the same, then that's fine, okay? It says that you need to have a personal copy of it. Because you have an ebook course, you have a personal copy. It's your ebook, okay? I know at one time you could purchase a hard copy in the bookstore. I'm not sure that you can still do that because of the virus. I think they're trying to limit the amount of contact that we have with each other and touching other stuff and that kind of thing. But you can always call the bookstore if you're a tactile person like me. I love to have a book of my own and be able to touch and highlight and underline stuff. So if that is something that you want to do, you can check with the bookstore and see if you can possibly get a copy for your own benefit. But you don't have to have a hard copy of the book because you have an ebook. All right, interactive physiology. Let's actually go down to the next part. Mastering A&P is it's a website that we use for online homework. And through Mastering, you also will have access to the interactive physiology mentioned in the part above that. It also gives you a study area. It has some animations that you can watch. It has games you can play to help you study and that kind of stuff. So the only thing that you'll have to do are the assignments that I require. The rest of it is just up to you if you choose to use that, okay? I will do a separate Zoom session, and I will show you how to register for Mastering, how to get all that stuff set up. I have actually, up until Friday, I really didn't know what classes I was teaching, when I was teaching them, where we were meeting, what we were doing. So I waited until kind of the last minute to do this kind of stuff so that I would know for sure which classes I had and which ones I did not, because several of my classes got canceled last week. So like I said, I will do a separate Zoom session. I will show you how to access your Mastering. So please just kind of hold off on that. If you want to try it, that's fine, but if you fail at getting into it, then please don't email me. I get tons of emails a day, and that would help me out by not having to answer that over and over. Like I said, I will get a Zoom done probably not today. I have a meeting at 2, and I have a dentist appointment at 3, and then I have to get on home and deal with my baby. So hopefully maybe tomorrow I will have some time, and I will do some Mastering stuff and do a Zoom for that tomorrow, okay? Note that lecture and lab are separate courses. So when you take a day class, lecture and lab are separate, meaning you get separate grades for each class. That also means your assignments for each class are separate. So when you get ready to do your assignments on Mastering for lecture, you come to the course on your stuff that says BIO 2513 5C. Let me share my screen with you. I forget you can't see what I see. Okay, so we're going to share this one. Okay, so it will say BIO 25135C. Okay, you will click on the My Lab and Mastering button within your lecture course to do your assignments for that. Now, I have not set up your mastering assignments for any class right now, which is why I told you it'd probably be best to just hold off until I do the Zoom, because once I do the Zoom, that will mean that it's set up. Okay. Your ebook course, your ebook is actually accessed right here through Red Shelf Materials. So you will just click that. It's running a little bit slow. Okay, it is actually going to list, I think, all of your courses that have an ebook. So what you would want to do is scroll down and find your course. And then, like I said, y'all are BIO 25135C. So you're going to look for that one. And then you would want to click View Course Materials. And then your ebook is here. And then your mastering code is down here. I'm not going to go through this part right now. I will do a separate Zoom session for that so that I have time to get through all of the first day handout, okay? But this is where you would actually access your book for the course. All right, so I'm going to go back to sharing the first day handout screen. Okay, student learning outcomes, you can look at those yourself. I'm not going to read those to you. You can read them yourself. Academic affairs attendance policy. Now, because this is just a plain traditional class, you do not have to worry about the hybrid format. So basically, you get 4 absences, whether they're excused or not, and on your 5th absence, you are dropped from the course, okay? Remember, your class meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so you need to come to both classes, okay? As far as attendance for today, or for this week's, for Tuesday, August the 18th, you need to make sure that you watch the Zoom session, that you then, I'll tell you what, I'll show you this again. Back to Google. All right, so you would want to make sure that you come to announcements, and you're going to watch the Zoom session. I'm going to post it within your class, within announcements. Once you watch the Zoom session, you're going to want to go to modules. Okay, hold on, you guys. My battery's about to die. Let me plug it up really quick. Okay. All right, so you're going to want to come to modules, which is right there. Under modules, you're going to look for important course information, and you're going to want to make sure you read everything that is under this module, okay? The first couple are just text headers that I want to make sure that you see. It says you must complete the view, submit some assignments in order to open units 2 through the final exam. So if you look under each one of these, you see view. This one actually says submit, view, okay? So you have to actually click on those and view those. And once you do that, you would have a green little check out here to the side. And once you've completed everything in this module, then up here you would have a green check beside where it says complete all items, okay? Then once you do that, it will unlock all the rest of these modules below that. Right now they're going to be locked because you have to do this module before the rest of it, okay? Now, I do need you to take the first day handout contract quiz. And I'm going to show you guys really quick. The first 2 questions on All right, I think I'm sharing the right screen with y'all. The first two questions are actually going to deal with the last 2 pages of this first day handout. So I'm going to scroll down and show them to you really quick. Question 1 is going to ask you to basically, so why this is on here twice. It's going to basically ask you some questions about this, but it's actually going to tell you to sign this and date it, and then it's going to tell you to use Cam Scanner. That's an app where you can basically take a picture. It takes a really clear picture, and then you can upload this picture to that question to submit it for your answer. And then question 2, we're basically going to do the same thing, except you're going to fill out this sheet, okay, and then you're going to take a picture of it, and then you're going to upload it to Canvas as well. Now, if you feel like typing them, then you feel free to type them on there and save them, and then upload them that way. That's fine too. I don't care. This one, I would prefer that you actually sign it, handwrite, sign it, and upload it that way. But if you can't do that, then just know that you typing your name in the line serves as your signature. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back up here where I was at attendance policy. So again, you only have 4 absences, and then you need to make sure that you come to modules and do your quiz. Now, I want to show you something else under modules. All right, with first day handout right here where I have the word first day handout, if you click there, I will have an actual, if you notice the little blue, that is a link, and if you click that, it's going to actually open up a Word document. So if you want to print a copy of the first day handout, I would click the here right there where that little finger is, and it will open up a Word document for you so that you can print one out. Okay. Now, this is called a page right here, and so I have all this information just set up like this, and so that if you need to just look something up, you don't have to open that or whatever or print it. You can just go and scroll through here and look for it. Okay. And go back to the home page. All right, so we're going to go back to the first day handout. Okay, I will make a seating chart on Thursday when y'all come to class. But like I said, we will meet in McCain Theater. They did tell us that with the capacity of the number of students that I have in my class, that we should all be able to fit in the bottom portion. So I do not want any students sitting in the balcony. Okay, I want everybody sitting on the floor section. You also, and I forgot to put this on here, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to add this really quick. Students need to be sure to look for the little decal that actually tells you where you can sit. Okay, there's little green and white stickers that actually say please sit here, and so this is what it would look like over here, and so that's what you're going to want to look for. The dean has gone through and placed them in every seat to make sure that we do social distancing during class. Okay, so that is what the little green stickers are for. That is where you're going to want to sit. I don't care which seat you sit in. That is perfectly fine, up to you. I don't care. But just know that I will make my seating chart when we get to class on Thursday, and where you're sitting that day is where you need to stay. Okay. So if you're one that has trouble seeing from far off, or you get distracted because of stuff going on in front of you, then you're going to want to try to get one of the front seats. And I will tell you, because everything is so spaced out, there are not a lot of seats. Okay. There's actually 100 seats total in the whole building, but like I said, it's they're spaced out at least 6 feet apart. Okay. Now, typically, like I said, my classes meet in Rush Hall, and I get to, over the course of the semester, kind of know my students, know who they are, know where they sit. McCain Theater is big, and so I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot harder for me to be able to do that. I will try my best, but please, if you are late for class, please let me know after class that you were there, okay? While I am thinking of it, if you have questions after class, I would prefer that you use Canvas Inbox or text me on the number to ask me questions instead of coming up to my desk. However, if you have a question that you just absolutely feel you need to ask me in person, I ask that you wait at your seat. And once everybody has cleared out, then I will let you make your way closer to me. But I still want you to keep your distance from me. As I said earlier, I have a 10-month-old at home. I'm trying to keep her safe. I am 20 weeks pregnant right now, and I'm trying to keep this baby safe. And then I have 2 parents who are older, and my dad just had surgery, so we're trying to keep him well. So I just ask that you please keep your distance from me. If you walk up to me and I back up, don't be offended. It's just like I said, I'm trying to stay safe and trying to stay well. Okay. And so like I said, if you have questions and you absolutely feel like you have to ask me in person, just wait after class. And once everybody kind of clears out, then I'll kind of tell you where you can come and stand and ask your question. If you're worried about, oh gosh, I can't meet with her face to face. What if I have a question? We can Zoom like this, where I can see you, you can see me, and we can go over content if you need to that way. Okay, so there will be other ways to have meetings, so to speak, even if we can't meet physically in my office or whatever. Okay. All right, guys, I'm sorry I keep yawning. I was up till 3:30 working on Zooms for my today classes. So I'm a little bit tired. All right, so you should have a mask on at all times. If you are inside of an MCC building, you need to make sure that you have your mask on. It should be worn correctly, which means it should be covering your nose and your mouth. Okay, so over both. I should not see it down here. I should not see it below your chin, not covering anything. Okay. And then if you are outside within 6 feet of someone, you should also have a mask on. Okay. Helping to prevent and slow COVID, right there. You will be given 2 sanitizing wipes at the beginning of class each day, and you will wipe down your desk, your area, your seat, and then at the end of class you will wipe down the seat again. Okay, and then on your way out the door you will discard your stuff in the trash can. Hand sanitizer will be found in the classrooms and also throughout the buildings, so use them often. Wash your hands as often as you can as well. Okay. All right, guests including children should not be brought in the class during this time. Actually, any time. That's an MCC policy. Emails should be typed in a manner that's easy for me to read. If I receive an email that's hard for me to read and understand, I will likely just delete it and wait for you to contact me again and let me know what your question was. Most of this stuff right here, I will let you read. Classroom behavior, electronic devices. You can bring your devices to lecture because they will be needed for taking quizzes on some days. Some students like to follow along in the ebook. Most of them don't, just because it's kind of it's hard to do. I will say McCain Theater does not have actual desks, so like there's no tabletop for you to put stuff on. So you might want to try to limit what you bring and try to figure out how you're going to take your notes and stuff. I'm actually going to talk about class notes in just a minute. Obviously, no cheating. Other institutional policies are found on Canvas. If you go back to Canvas, I'm not going to do this part, but if you go back to Canvas and click on modules, under that first module that says important course information, there's one of them that says MCC Policy Fall 2020. That's the policies that is talking about. So you'll want to make sure that you read through those. All right, class notes. This would be a good reason for you to be sure to do what I'm fixing to ask you to do. I have my notes on Canvas. If you go to your modules, tell you what, I'll show you that. If you go to your modules, let me share, and click, all right, so click on modules, and then you'll scroll down to Unit 1, okay, because that'll be the first one we start with. And it says screencast and notes, so you will click there. And in order to print your notes for chapters 1 and 2, you will click these 2 links. It will open a Word document, and then you will print those from there. Then you will scroll down a little further, and these little videos down here are my screencasts. Those are basically my lectures that I have already videoed, okay? So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and watch parts 1 and 2 for sure before you come on Thursday, and you're going to want to fill in your notes. Now, because like I said, there's limited space and there are not really desktops for you to write on, I would suggest you doing that before class for sure, and then that way you won't have much stuff to write down. And then I will go over some other stuff. I know the first day we've got to make our seating chart. We've got some other stuff we've got to do. So I'm not going to have a lot of time to spend on chapter 1 that day, but we do need to get started on it. And I want you to get as far as you can. So fill in your notes before you come using the screencast that you see on the screen right here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to the first handout. All right, last day to drop is November 4th. I grade on a 10-point scale. Exams, you will have 5 proctored exams. Proctored means that you're going to have to use this new system that we have called HonorLock to take your test, okay? If you're a returning MCC student, you used ProctorU this past summer and past spring. We had lots of issues with them, and so we switched to this new system called HonorLock. And so that is actually how you will do proctor tests now. I will try to tell you a little bit more about that closer to test time, okay? I don't want to try to overwhelm you with everything today. So we will talk more about HonorLock closer to test time when you're actually going to need it, okay? You will be required to have your student ID or government issued ID. You will actually have to show it in order to start your test. So please make sure you have one of those with you. Let's see. Let's see. All right, the last exam before the final is an open book test. It covers chapters 5, 14, and 15. And I'm actually going to give it as a non-proctored Canvas test this semester. So you will not actually have to schedule this test. And you won't have to take it on HonorLock either. So you will just want to make sure that you take all exams by the dates listed below on the schedule that I have made for you, okay? Mastering, like I said, is required for the course, and you will have a mastering assignment for each chapter that we cover in lecture. Pod quizzes. Pod quizzes are, I typically try to do those during class where y'all can work together on them. It's going to be kind of hard to do with social distancing stuff, but we'll try to figure out ways that y'all can work together, even if it's to yell across the room at each other and tell what you think the answers are. But it's basically where you can work together. And but you each will take your own quiz. So if you don't agree with the answer your group has come up with, you can still put whatever answer you think is correct. If for some reason we run out of time and I don't have time to give that quiz, then sometimes I will assign those outside of class for you to do, and I'll give you to like midnight that night or something. Your final exam is 20%. It is comprehensive, and it is also proctored and will be given through HonorLock. If you have questions about HonorLock, please contact eLearning. I'm not going to really be able to help you, especially if it's a technical issue. We just got our training on how to set up the teacher side on Friday, and so I don't really know much about it at this point, okay? And then I'll let you guys read all of this about grades in these 2 paragraphs here. Your schedule is here. Notice you have a 3-day window basically to take each exam. So exam 1 will open on September 1st and will be open through September 3rd. And you can take it any time between 9/1 and 9/3. Now, you will not use class time to take your tests. You will schedule your test outside of class time. And with the new system, with HonorLock, you can actually test anytime you want to. With the old system, you had to schedule an appointment. You had to, they used people to actually sit and proctor you. They're actually using something different now. And so if you're sitting here and you just got through studying and you're like, you know what, I want to take my test right now, you can actually get on HonorLock and take your test at that moment. You don't have to schedule it well in advance. So I think a lot of students are going to like that because I know appointment times were scarce during finals and things like that. So I think students are going to really like that. Okay. Like I said, all of these are proctored and all of these are given through HonorLock except for your open book Canvas exam. And it is the only one that is non-proctored, okay? It will actually not open until October 5th, and it will stay open through November 16th, but it will need to be submitted by November 16th. Final exams are a little different this year. They typically give you a schedule where Monday, Wednesday classes at 11 o'clock are going to meet this time. Tuesday, Thursday, 9:30 are going to meet at this time for final exams. They're not doing that this time. So basically your test is going to open on Friday. I think it's Friday, November the 20th, and it will close Monday, November 23rd. That is the Monday before Thanksgiving. And so you are going to want to make sure that you absolutely have finished your test by the 23rd at 11:59 p.m. That doesn't mean starting it at 11:59 p.m. That means you have clicked submit and you are done with your test, okay? Because I will have to get grades turned in, and so you're going to want to make sure that you get that. And I might, it is due on Monday, November 23rd, but like I said, in the directions for your exam, I will actually put that it's open Friday through Monday. That way you'll remember the dates, okay? Let's see. I'll let you read all this stuff right here. Right here, it says major tests will not be returned but kept on file in the instructor's office. And typically I get students to come to my office to review their tests, but we could actually do a Zoom session. I could do that with you. So we could do it that way so that we didn't have to meet face to face. But I don't show the answers to my test just because of academic integrity, okay? Some of this stuff is actually stuff we've already covered. Please make sure you read about regular exams. Make sure you read about the open book Canvas exam. It tells you where your questions come from basically for your test. Please make sure you check announcements. This is going to be a crazy semester for all of us. And I have a feeling I'm going to forget to tell you guys a lot of stuff. I may not, but I may. Pregnancy brain, mom brain, all that kind of stuff working totally against me this semester. So I want you to be sure to check your announcements. You may even go on your Canvas and turn on your notifications so that when I do post announcements and things like that, that you'll see those, that you don't miss something. I try not to miss class ever, but having a baby has been completely different. Before that, I never missed classes. After I had a baby, she stayed sick a lot last year when she started daycare. And she just started back this past week after being out for 5 months. And so I'm looking for her to start being sick again. I'm praying that she's not, but I'm not going to be surprised if she starts getting sniffles and stuff again. So that said, if I have to cancel class and I can't find a sub or something like that, then I will post on announcements, that class is canceled. I know a couple of times last semester I had to do that, and students would show up because they didn't check their announcements, and they could have saved themselves a trip to campus because they didn't actually have class. So check your announcements. Final exam, like I said, is due on Monday, November 23rd. The only holiday that you really have is September 7th, which is Labor Day. And then, of course, you do have Thanksgiving break, but you will have completed classes the Monday before that. Your finals are due on Monday, November 23rd. I think the 24th is a makeup day and time for us to get grades done. And then your holiday starts, and then you're off until the first of the year, okay? Again, if you have questions about Honor Lock, please contact MCC's e-learning. I gave you the phone number right here. I'm not going to be able to answer questions about Honor Lock. I'm not going to be able to help you with technical difficulties, so please contact them instead. MCC is actually going to pay for Honor Lock for students for this semester. And I think after this semester, it will be like $25. I can't remember the fee, so actually I'm not going to say that. I know with Proctor U, it was $25 per test. They told us the price for Honor Lock, but I think it was actually you pay a certain fee and it lasts for the whole year, but I don't remember what that amount was. So we'll learn more about that, I guess, next semester, and your teachers will let you know then. Again, I will not have office hours this semester. If I am in my office, if you happen to come by and I am in my office, please don't just barge in. Just stand outside the door, ask me your question out there. And I'll let you read that and that. All right, this is the contract I mentioned that you're going to have to sign and submit for question 1 on the contract quiz. And this is for question 2 on the contract quiz. So just make sure you get those filled out and submitted, okay? All right, save the changes. All right, so I'm going to go back to screen 1. Let's see. Get my mouse to work. All right, so I'm going to, like I said, post the Zoom under announcements. And then you'll want to make sure you access modules, look at the important information module, and do that stuff. Print your notes for chapter 1. Go ahead and get those, or at least start filling those out. And then we will start on chapter 1 whenever class starts on Thursday, okay? If you have questions, please use Canvas inbox. If it's an emergency, then you can text me on the number that I gave. And I look forward to seeing all of you. Remember that I will actually do another screencast about mastering. So please don't panic about mastering. I will get you some more information. I just couldn't fit it all in one Zoom session. Okay. So I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. And remember, wear your mask and sit where the little stickers are. And remember, I will make my seating chart when we get in there. So just make sure you're in a seat that you don't mind sitting in the whole semester. Okay. You'll have a great first week. All right. I got to figure out how to get back to my screen. All right. So. Okay, there we go. I couldn't figure out how to turn the sharing button off. All right, I think I got it this time. So anyway, you guys have a great first week.